Hey everybody, welcome back. Today we're going to be talking about why I personally don't like the new Ninja Creami Breeze NC100. So you ready? Let's get into this. Just a quick note, our reviews are based upon the things that we think are important. That might be a little bit different for you, so what we recommend doing is after watching our video, you watch a couple of other videos across YouTube made by different content creators. That way you get a wider range of opinions and you can make a much more informed buying decision. And that is the most important thing of all. The original Ninja Creami came out back in July of 2021. It ended up going viral on TikTok and YouTube, and ever since then it's been a hot selling item. If you don't know what a Ninja Creami is, in a professional environment they have something called a Paco Jet. That's a big $5,000 machine that some restaurants use to make their own ice cream. The Creami is modeled almost directly off of that machine, except they managed to get the package down into something around $200, $250. You do have to wait about 24 hours for your ingredients to freeze so you can process it, because unlike compressor-based machines, the machine doesn't actually freeze your stuff. You got to do that on your own. Originally, that's one of the reasons I didn't like the Creami, because I was from the world of the compression-based churning machines, and with those you can get ice cream in about an hour, hour and a half or so. But with those it was much more of a soft serve consistency. The ice cream was still good, but it wasn't that fresh scoop texture. The Ninja Creami changed all that because they made it possible to make good, firm, store quality ice cream right at home, where you can control all the ingredients yourself. As a result, those machines sold like hotcakes, and they've been in and out of stock over and over and over again over the years. That's where the problem begins. In July of 2021, which is just a couple of years ago, Ninja Kitchen released the Ninja Creami NC300. There were 5 different functions. There were 4 different frozen treat settings, plus there was a mix-in feature so you can add in nuts or chocolate chips or something else. That was all fine and dandy, but a few months later they released the NC301. It was basically identical to the original machine, but they added a couple of functions in, so it was now 7-in-1. So you had 6 different settings plus the mix-in. Then about a year later they released the 11-in-1 Ninja Creami NC501 Deluxe. That machine was a big improvement. They made the container size 1 cup larger, so it went from 2 cups to 3 cups. They added in 4 different functions, so now you had 10 different settings plus the mix-in setting as well. That machine was really great, and to this day it's still my favorite Ninja Creami. It really felt like you were getting something extra over the 300 series. Fast forward to a couple of months ago and Ninja Kitchen released the brand new Ninja Creami Breeze NC201. Aesthetically, that had a whole new design. The Creami pint container didn't have to go into an outer cup anymore, it would just attach straight to the machine. The lid design was a little bit different, and the way the machine was set up was a little bit different as well. Also in our testing we found it to be a little bit more quiet than the Deluxe. I did have a couple of critiques about that machine though, because it went from an 11-in-1 function machine back down to a 7-in-1 function machine. What? So at that point you can see sort of a little bit of a pattern forming. In my review of that machine I mentioned it didn't seem like people really cared too much about that. But I personally didn't really like that much, because I felt like if you're moving into the future with something, everything should progress. It would have been nice to add a couple of extra features in there to maybe make it like a 15-in-1 machine or 14-in-1 machine. But at the very least, I didn't think they should have made the container smaller, which is what they did. So they went from that 3-cup container of the Deluxe back down to the 2-cup container they were using on the 300 series machines. Even after using that machine for a little while, I still really hate the fact that they changed that size back down, because I feel like there was absolutely no reason to do that. Now, all of a sudden, there's the Ninja Creami Breeze NC100. That got released less than a month after the 201. It's the exact same model as the NC201, except they dropped it from a 7-in-1 machine down to a 5-in-1 machine. In their defense though, they did drop the price down about $30 as well. But I don't get why they're releasing that so soon after the last one. And I also feel like they're still following that same pattern that I mentioned before, which is they seem to be going backwards. In addition to the models we just mentioned, there's also variants being sold at Costco, Sam's Club, Amazon, Best Buy, and Target. For the most part, they're bundles that include extra pints, or they're in special exclusive colors or something like that. That means that in the course of 2 years, almost to the date, Ninja Kitchen has released 5 different Creamis, plus all of the exclusive versions also. That product cycle is too fast, especially when you're talking about the differences between these models. So now you had the big Deluxe that came out with higher capacity and new features, then you had the Breeze come out which looked a little bit nicer, but they took some things away. And now you got the NC100 Breeze, and they've taken more things out of it again. I think that sucks. By the way, if this is your first time here and you want to learn some cool new recipes, get some great cooking tips and tricks and all sorts of other kitchen related things, then start now by subscribing to the channel and clicking the notification bell so you never miss a thing. Things are supposed to get more advanced and better over time for less money, but that's really not what's going on here. You might say, well, you know what, they're releasing something that's a little bit cheaper to get to a larger market, so it's okay. But we really need to stop and think about this for a second. I sort of understand the NC300s and NC301s being sold out all the time. You can't even buy those anymore directly from Ninja Kitchen. And here's another thing. Currently, the only model you can buy directly from Ninja Kitchen is the NC100. It's on their website for $170 and everything else is sold out. If you look online, you can see articles all over the place talking about how unbelievably popular the Ninja Creami is and about how difficult it is for any of these retailers to keep them in stock. And as a result, Ninja Kitchen can't keep up. But I'm going to call BS on that. Not so much with my 301, but when I bought my Deluxe 501 and my Breeze 201, I ended up having to wait on back order because they ended up selling out on the website almost immediately. With both of those, I sat on back order probably for 2 or 3 weeks before I ended up getting my order fulfilled and they sent it out. That's fine, it happens with products all the time, and I'm sure the NC100 is going to be out of stock and unavailable for a while, just like the other machines. Here's where I got a big problem though. I can understand the NC300 series machines being out of stock because not even Ninja Kitchen sells those anymore, and I don't even know that they're really in production anymore. You can still find retailers that are carrying them, but those are older machines. The Deluxe isn't very old though, and the Breeze 201 is brand new. And those are both out of stock and have been out of stock. If there really is an issue keeping stuff in stock, then why the heck is Ninja making new models? Why is the 100 even available? That should be out of stock just like the other two models. They're coming out of the same factory. If Ninja really is having trouble keeping up on those, then maybe they should put more resources into fulfilling the orders that they have for their other machines instead of pushing new models out the door with less features. It makes no sense to try to introduce new models when you can't even keep your existing models in stock. Whenever you have popular items that are constantly sold out, that's when you start getting gouged on prices, and that's really what's happening online right now with all these machines. I'll tell you what, I own all of the models that Ninja Kitchen has released so far, but I don't tend to get the NC100 at all. It's so similar to the 201 that there's no reason for me even to review it. If you want to know how it performs, all you gotta do is watch our review video for the NC201, and it's the exact same thing with a couple of features gone. In their defense though, it does look a little bit different. Yay. In any case, I won't be putting down the money to purchase an NC100 to review it for you, just because I feel like it would be a big waste of your time since it's pretty much identical to the other one. For you, however, you may have to make a choice. If that's the only thing available to you at a reasonable price, then you gotta do what you can do. A Creami NC100 at $169 is better than buying a Ninja Creami Deluxe for $500 because I've seen them into the $500 range online. That's insane. At the end of the day, the Ninja Creami Breeze NC100 still makes the same quality ice cream that all the other Ninja Creamis make. However, if you can get a Deluxe for around $250 or the Breeze 201 for something around $220 or so, then I would still do that over buying the NC100 for $169. Again, that's just my personal opinion, and I am coming to that opinion based on being a little bit pissed off over the entire situation. If you like this video, you might like this one right here where we compare the differences between the Ninja Creami, the Creami Deluxe, and the Creami Breeze. There's a lot of models out there, so that video could help you clear up some of the confusion and help you make a better decision. Well, that's it for now. I hope to see you again really soon, and until that time, I'm Joe, and I hope you have a phenomenal day. Take it easy.